Mr. Tompkins. He puts on his familiar checkered cap, his fingertips quivering with excitement at the thought of what today will consist of. Will he finally be the knight on the white horse, a protagonist in a fantastic love story? Combing his fine, silver strands of hair, he visualized the role play. What action, what word will take place today? He asked himself. With that, just like every other Sunday afternoon, Mr. Tompkins picks up his walking stick, standing upright against the umbrella stand. He turns the key in the door slowly until he hears a satisfying click and emerges into the outdoors. Spring atmosphere wraps around him like a blanket. He walks past a local group of youths, sharing a packet of cigarettes between them. Usually he would growl at them, muttering something about how such foul habits will eventually kill them all. But today is a different day. Instead, Mr. Tompkins walks past, removing his hat from his almost bald head. "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen," he says with a half-toothed smile. Their chatter comes to a sudden halt as they stare at this unfamiliar cheery old man in disbelief. He doesn't scrawl at the lateness of the bus, nor does he attempt to scare dogs away with his walking stick. Today he walks with a spring in his step, exhilarated by the thought of seeing her once again. The park greets him with its usual chatter. Mr. Tompkins notices that there are far more people there than the previous Sunday. But this change in population doesn't disturb him, as there is only one individual in particular that he wishes to be seen again. A young man in a vivid yellow sweater guards a small flower stall on the sidewalk. Mr. Tompkins plucks an individual rose, tossing a coin to the store tender. The band plays loudly and cheerily, as if the song was specifically composed for his personal role play. This would be the song that he and his love would discuss in the years to come and dance to on their anniversaries. She's perched on her usual bench, her polished black high heels pressed side by side. Her soft wrinkled hands rest upon the plain black skirt she wears. She has ignored the beautiful spring day, wearing a vintage fur coat around herself, all her wild, unpredictable nature. And just as she always does on these Sunday afternoons, the beautiful lady with the soft curls sits. She does not walk. She does not smile. She merely sits, waiting for something exciting to happen. The lines on her face are like the dried apricot, producing a faraway expression. Mr. Tompkins sits on the bench opposite her, concealing the rose in the darkness of his velvet jacket. He wonders what her story was. Perhaps she was a journalist when she was young, wild and adventurous, married at a young age, fooled by the idea of teenage love. Well, there is only one way to find out, Mr. Tompkins thinks to himself. Suddenly, two teenagers, both beautifully dressed and drunk on love, sit on the same bench as the woman with the soft curls. The boy towers over the girl stroking her face tenderly. "No, not now," said the girl. "Not there. I can't." "But why?" "Because of that stupid old thing at the end there," asked the boy. "Why does she come here at all? Who wants her?" Mr. Tompkins feels his fist clenching. How dare that sly child say such a terrible thing? This is the part of the role play where the hero saves the day, sweeping in on his handsome white horse and saving his damsel in distress. Just as he is about to stand up, Mr. Tompkins feels his body paralyzing with fear. Doubts circle his mind like a hurricane. What if the woman rejects him? Surely she would never even look at the old man such as himself. Look at her, so beautiful and elegant, and him, so dull and inferior. What if he makes a fool out of himself? What if he gets his heart broken? What if life really isn't like a play? What a happy ending. What if... What if... He feels his eyes lifting toward the park scene in front of him, an action which he has grown to master. He feels his heart sink in his chest at the sight of the bare bench, because during his pathetic time of doubt, the woman with the soft curls has already gathered her things and left. Mr. Tompkins travels swiftly to the bakery, where the woman usually likes to purchase a honey cake on her way home, but today she is nowhere to be seen. He doesn't say excuse me when pushing past people in the bus. He doesn't smile at the sight of the freshly bloomed daisies on the sidewalk, something which he has looked forward to for weeks. When he reaches the front of the apartment complex, the group of adolescents are still smoking. "Your secondhand smoking is poisoning my lungs. I'm already old. I'm going to die soon. Stop speeding up the process." Mr. Tompkins barks. He gets inside, presses his walking stick against the umbrella stand, takes off his hat, and unbuttons his coat. He makes his way to his favorite room, dull as a cave, nothing illuminated but the rocking chair facing the window. Mr. Tompkins sits down slowly, slightly trembling as he eases into his chair. As he sits and reflects on that day's events, out he pulls the red rose, beautiful and slightly wilted at the edges. He holds out the rose in front of him, and just like he does so often, perhaps too often, he does little but stare.